Hello! I want to say a couple of things on this very short video. Thank you for subscribing if you have subscribed already. We recently crossed 250 subscribers and I'm just so grateful that you chose to hit that button and to be part of this community which is focused on personal growth and career development. And I'm so honored that you choose to spend your time with me on YouTube. Secondly, I wanted to share a quick story about how I witnessed a great example of an inclusive leader in one of my client situations when I was at McKinsey in North America. And I'm hoping you can take away something from it as you look at leaders around you and as you step into leadership positions. So I was in a client study and we were having this meeting with the client, and there were about 5-6 people. It was our steering committee, right? So we had these regular monthly check-ins with the CEO, CFO, CMO, the C-suite of the business, and we were presenting. And then usually how it goes is we would present the recommendation and the strategy, and then through that there would be discussion between the C-suite members. And so in one such situation, the discussion was progressing, and in that session there was one Asian woman who was the C-suite member, and everybody else in the C-suite were all male. And so she was also quite short, and she was Asian. Everybody else was white. And so this is a little bit of context to just highlight the diversity aspect. She was a minority in that room, and she was, by the way, extremely competent, really good at her job, really had stuff under control. And so when she started to speak, there was, many times this happened, and I was an associate at the time. I was just observing. Many times it would happen that somebody would interrupt. Her perspective was not always given the adequate airtime that others were. And so I saw this one McKinsey partner who was so inspirational. As a third-party advisor, right, he had the relationship with the CEO. And in that moment, when this has happened a couple of times, and he actually then interrupted the interrupter and said, sorry to interrupt you, Adam, but I think Lisa here was trying to say something. I'd love to let her finish. And it was such a great moment in being an ally of someone in the room. And in this case, he was being an ally for a woman in business in the boardroom. And you could do this for all kinds of minorities. If you're in a room full of women and you see one male person whose voice is not being heard, interrupt the interrupter and give that person a chance. And by doing this, you do a couple of things. One, of course, you create a more inclusive atmosphere and in your team settings, but you also elevate your role as an inclusive leader. And I cannot tell you what a strong impression that had on me and on the other associates who were in the room. And we walked away feeling this strong sense of loyalty and followership towards this partner who had done that. And so some really good takeaways here, which is it's about actively taking a stand as an ally for anyone in the room whose voice is not heard. And so I'm urging all of you, as you step up in your careers, just really look out for these positive role models and try to emulate some of this sort of tactical behavior where you create space and opportunity for others to be heard. Another quick note is I'm going to be actually posting less frequently for the next few months. I have a couple of things going on at home and on my personal front, and so as much as I will try as much as possible to put up some of these short messages, but we'll be back to regular programming in a bit. But thank you very much for staying patient, and thank you for watching. Bye.